Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
For those that are listening online, may God bless you in the prospective schools. Stay strong in doing His truth. Today's class is entitled N.A.S. and S.W.T.F. I know everybody's wondering what it means. Hopefully, as the class comes out, it will shed light on the acronym. I know recently I've been on these acronyms. I happen to like them. I like to keep people thinking. All right? So how do I begin? The Lord, the Most High. How you doing, Cap? Good. How you doing? How you doing, Cap?
Pretty good, Bishop. How you doing?
Good. All praises. Hey, listen, y'all can visit us on IUIC for all this content that we have going out every day, 7 days a week. To come and learn. All right, so last week I did a class about EWB, right? And it was the evil black woman. And I got women upset about it. I'm like, hey, if you're not evil, it doesn't apply to you. But anyway, it is what it is, Some people just don't like to hear the words of God. But it is what it is. But anyway, today, brothers, is about you, men, to you. So y'all want to know what the acronym means? Men? Yeah, hold on.
1, 2. Hey, Bishop, why don't you just have him guess at least the first 3 letters?
Yeah, good.
Well, what do y'all think about the first 3 letters? What y'all think it mean?
Damn.
Wait.
Niggas ain't Right. Ish. Hey, I could tell you something. We yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I know people think like we're one-sided is about the woman and the men. No. Men are messy too. Don't think. But we all are evil. We all trying to get our minds right to serve God. It ain't one side. I know ladies. So ladies, you don't get to smile today and say, "Whew, it's off of us," for a little bit. So I got a question to you sisters out there. Listen, I want to get a mic to single sisters. Can I get a mic for the single sisters out there? Can I get a mic? I want a single sister. I want to ask you, what do you think a woman, and I want you to be sincere in your answers, what do you think you should look for in a husband? A single sister of maritable age. I'm telling you, ladies, I want to engage you all. Turn the camera on. Let them see their face who's talking. Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's talk. What should you look for in a man?
There's no single sisters. Where y'all at? Y'all raised your hand earlier.
Now they turn. You ain't used to this. There you go. She got a hand up right there in the back. Let's go. Come up, sis. Come up. Come on.
Walk this way, sis. Walk this way.
Thank you for coming up and talking to us. So, hey, sis, what's your name?
This is Ali.
Ali?
Yes, sir.
What tribe you are?
Judah.
How old are you?
33.
33. You 33 years old?
Yes, sir.
You look fantastic, 33. Black don't crack, boy. Damn. So let me ask you a question, sister.
Yes, sir.
What do you think are the attributes that you should look for or women should look for in a man?
One who's disciplined, obviously in this truth, someone who's has knowledge of the scriptures, one who can lead and one who can guide and provide.
Very good. I like that. I like that answer. Very good answer. Okay, watch this real quick. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Watch. Let's go to Romans 12. We're going to work a little backward. Very good answer. Very good answer. Those are some of the qualities you need. A man, you know why I like what she said? Because her first one was discipline. He has discipline in him. He has those characteristics of being disciplined. Read me Romans 12, verse 11.
Romans chapter 12, verse 11. Not slothful in business.
That's a disciplined person. Read on.
Fervent in spirit. Serving the Lord.
There we go. Not slothful in business. Fervent in spirit. Serving the Lord. Fervent in spirit. Serving the Lord. You want a man that is not slothful. A lot of these men, I know Bishop has brought out in classes before while brothers wanted to post up on sisters in their houses. And we run across some brothers in this body the same way. Now, here's the thing. With the amount of examples that you see like that, if you get caught in this day, then come on. Sisters, you single sisters, I'm talking to you now. You got to find identifying signs in a man to see, is he marriage material? Now, I know you want a handsome man, big feet, long fingers. I know that's what you're looking for. But I'm going to tell you right now, sisters, the one thing you don't, I want all you sisters to look at me. Don't forget about writing, because I'm visual. I want you to look. Look, the one thing you don't want to do is do this. You don't want to lay down in bed and fall asleep and wake up and look over, and that nigga's playing video games. You don't want to wake up and look over and know you get up to go to work and he's home all day doing nothing. You understand that? Trust me, that'll be a real big turnoff. Prior to you get to that point, he's going to say all the things in the world to you to make you think he's the one. But here's an identifying sign. Verse 11 again.
Romans chapter 12, verse 11. Not slothful in business.
Stop. If a man is courting you and he cannot hold down a job for any extended period of time, then something is wrong with him. He's not disciplined. There's no way he should be bouncing from job to job. Another key indicating sign, I'm telling you something, he can't keep a bank account. He's opening new accounts all the time because he's overdrawn accounts. Nah. A man that, I'm going to tell you, a man that cashes his paycheck as check cashing agencies, you better watch. You better watch. Like, I'm telling you, all right, y'all see. Yeah, I'm telling you. Okay. Not slothful in business. So when you're sitting back and you're observing, you're like, so what you do? Well, I got a job. How long you been there? Oh, I've been there 6 months. How old are you? 33. So where was you working before that? Oh, I was working a job. How long was you there? 8 months. Oh yeah, what happened with that? Nah, because the manager told me and I was supposed to be in at 3, but I came in at 2:30, but I thought it was the next day. Oh, okay. Okay. What's the next after not slothful in business?
Fervent in spirit.
He's fervent for this truth. Sit back and see his, sit back and see his, give me another mic. That drives me crazy. Yeah. Look at his works in the body. Look at what he's doing in the Lord's business. Fervent in spirit. He's in camp. He's going to camp regularly. He's involved in all these offices. If he's one of those brothers that's on the fringe group, you know, he does one thing, maybe not doing much. He's just floating around. He's here. There's some brothers who could play the camouflage role real good. They're here, but they're not really in the mix. You know, he's in IUIC Atlanta, but he's not of IUIC Atlanta. He's not part of the mechanics. What you gonna say?
Bishop, you know we got brothers right here, right now, Bishop, as we sit in this room that's been here 10 years, still brothers.
Come on, man.
Never rose up to being a soldier, but wants to be a husband.
And for you, sister, that let him talk you into it, come on, man. You do not want to wake up to a shiftless man, fervent in spirit. Read that.
Serving the Lord.
Serving the Lord. Fervent in the spirit in the Lord's business. So he's not slothful in business and maintaining himself, and he's not slothful in his business concerning the Lord's business. You all follow that? Ladies, I'm talking to you single ladies. I'm talking to you all follow that? If you don't engage me, I'm going to come off this podium. I'm going to come out there. We're going to turn the camera, and I'm going to sit right next to you and have a one-on-one with you because I'm trying to help you preserve your vajayjay for the right man. Damn. These Negroes out here anyway. As I tell you, ooh, boy, so much stuff I want to say. Okay, brothers, real quick. What's this? Go to Genesis 2. You brothers, you understand you all have to have a job, right? I mean, that's not hard to understand, right? And hold it with some kind of consistency. I understand sometime they let us go. I get it, but come on, man. You got to work. If you don't have a job and you don't have your own place, you shouldn't be thinking about no wife. That shouldn't be on your mind. Because only you want a wife for is you want her for sex. You don't want from anything else. Because can I tell you, brothers, single brothers, raise your hand. Let me help you out, and I think you should notice, but you don't know. What's between her knees, it comes with a price. It ain't free. If you're a godly man, it's going to cost. You understand that? There's a light bill. There's a gas bill. There's a car note. There's insurance. There's food. There's hair gel. There's a whole lot of stuff that come along with that thing. You think he's going to get it free? How does a man lay down in bed? This is me, my thinking. Man lay down in bed after he put in his work with her, got his shirt off laying down there like he the big man, and she pull out her wallet paying for everything. How do you live with yourself? She lean on your chest. Give me your chest for a second. Lord, this look bad. I just thought about it. Damn. Because I'm a visual person. Am I playing? Yeah. She like, yes, my Lord. Yes, my Lord. You dumb bird. That dude's playing video games. He got more money invested in video games than he got in you.
She may be buying him the video games, too.
I know a sister. Do you understand that our God, the true God, the only God, do you know he worked? Hello? You know he worked? Go to Genesis 2. He had a job. He did his work. 2 and 2.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 2. And on the seventh day, God ended his work.
He what?
Ended his work.
His work was creating the world. He said, God did what? He ended his work,
which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work, which he had made.
So simple. Our God, the only God, he worked to build this thing, and then he rested on the seventh day. So what makes you think that you don't got to work, and all you could do is just beat down the doonies, and then she go out and make the money? That's pimp talk. That's pimp talk. We've had situations. I can go on and on. We've had situations in this body where we had sisters that were single, making their way, and brothers got up and they catch you. Let me tell you this about men, about us. 2 ways we can breach them drawers if you simple. We able to make you laugh, or we there when you crying. Boy, we could pop a bra when you crying. Pop, yeah, you dummy. You fall for that crap. We cry right along with you, popping that bra. Brothers laughing over there, but they know it's real. Oh, she's vulnerable. Oh, she crying. They just talk to me. Put your head on my shoulder, a little lower. Put your head on my lap. Don't worry. You stupid. Y'all better wake up. And if you all fall for that, man, in 2022, shame on you, bird. It says, he's what? Read that again.
And on the seventh day, God ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day.
And he rested on the Sabbath day. So now God worked. He rested on the Sabbath day. Then he made us in his image, right? Men? So we're supposed to mirror after God. Do you think we worked? Do you think we worked when we was in the Garden of Eden? I'm asking. Yes or no? No? Go to Genesis 2:15.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 15. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
You think we didn't dress the garden and kept it? We had a job. We had to maintain it. We had to cultivate the stuff so we can eat. So what? I don't know why in this day and age men don't think they can finesse. Only silly women fall for that. Don't cheapen yourself, ladies. And some of you, let me tell you something. There's so many sisters I know that they'll be married to a man in his body. He will bug out and they will follow him into the abyss of sin. There's some sisters in here right now. If your man left his truth and said, I don't agree with them precepts, let's get a Christmas tree. You'll be like, yes, my Lord. You'll follow right along with his foolishness. You have a reputation, a name that you have to maintain, a quality and standard that you should demand. And you should not be wavering to serve your God behind no man. You follow a godly man. Some of these dudes is shiftless. I don't get it. Read that one more time. We're going to move on.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 15. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
To dress it and to keep the garden, to maintain it. But you know what we did? We wasn't appreciated of it. We end up sinning against God because we follow behind a woman. And then God said, Genesis 3:16, or 3:19, I should say. He said this.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 19. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread, till thou return unto the ground.
God said, man, because you didn't listen, by the sweat of thy face thou shalt what?
In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread.
Shalt thou eat bread to what?
Till thou return unto the ground.
Do you understand? That was the Lord's judgment for us, that now we're going to work until we die. I'm going to keep you all working. You're going to learn to love work. Even though you had addressed the garden before, but I made it plenteous. I made it more than enough. You didn't have to kill yourself, but now you have to work. You know how hard it is for a man, especially what we go through to go out there and be a provider for ourselves, and now you have the responsibility of a wife, and you have a responsibility of children. That's a great undertaking. Don't take these women to become wives and then make their life harder than before. And then you think you want to drop precepts on them to tell them about themselves. Nah, man. Nah. Man, at least pull your weight. That's what I say. I cannot stand video. Dumb people don't come around me. I don't want to get infected with it. I don't want no parts of you. You are not part of this building of this nation. I mean, brothers that are adamant video gamers. I heard brothers talking about, I want to become a professional video gamer. You're a joke. I don't respect you. I don't look to you for nothing. Don't say nothing. You are not a leader in my eyes. All right? So let's jump up now. Let's go. 1 Kings. So, 1 Kings chapter 2. And if you captains want to jump in, feel free. I'm about to take a shot at Judah so you guys know up front. Better, Benjamin, we could better explain. I'm just sorry, Judah. I'm just sorry. And it's not indicative to all of you, but Benjamin, we workers. We're a little different. We don't look for women to maintain us.
Hey, Bishop, Judah made a show about that.
What show was that?
In Living Color.
Damn.
Hey, man, me home.
That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
We got 8 jobs.
Yeah,
we know for that.
Yeah, we're a little different from y'all.
We're different from y'all.
Yeah. I mean, don't act like this. No, I know this Judite one time, and I'm not being indicative to all Judite. I know all you ain't like that, but the joke is still funny, so I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna let me enjoy my joke. But I met this Judite I knew, but he was a provider. I take it back. He was a provider to his household. But anyway, this dude, wife was going away to see her parents, but she couldn't leave. She was leaving like on a Wednesday. She had to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, label it, and put it in the freezer and refrigerator, and then put it in the microwaves for 2 minutes for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or she couldn't leave because he couldn't take care of himself. This is a grown man with children, whatever, Judite. Now, Benjamin, now, we don't need that. Now, go ahead. Don't worry. We don't got to take care. We take care of you. Don't worry. We cook. We take care of ourselves. Right, Barnabas? We ain't waiting for you. It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's all right. We're good. Yeah, Judith, she had to labor like it was like TV dinners. What's wrong with you, Judites? You need your mama. Love my mama. She's my favorite girl. Yeah. Good. 1 Kings 2:1.
1 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man.
Look at the counsel David gave his son. He said, listen, son, I'm about to leave this earth. He says to do what?
Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Verse 3. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So he told him, listen, keep the commandments. so you can prosper in whatsoever you put your hand to. And this is the way you show yourself a man. You cannot show yourself a man no other way than the application of God's laws. And in the application of God's laws, you will prosper. Prosper means you will make gains. Part of that prosper is you'll be able to maintain a wife, maintain children. Hey, brothers, I'm going to tell you real talk for you brothers that are married, that want to get married. Your wife may not tell you this openly, but your wife will not respect you if she see you ain't serious about this truth. And she may not tell you that openly, but her behavior would let you know. After a while, she'll become harder. She will not, if you ain't fervent for this Lord's business, she's not going to respect you. She got to see you no nonsense about that. You command to do the Lord's work. You command your household. Ladies, let me tell you, women want a man of power. Y'all understand that? They want a protector. They want a provider. You want the woman to respect you, right, men? That's paramount. We want to respect. They will not respect you if you don't move like that. Tell you straight, they will not. They may not say it, but they're going to give you they're going to turn up on you and give you problems because they don't see you like that. They'll respect the bishop and deacons that talk them a certain way, and the whole they teach you whatever. And then you're all frustrated. Why? Because you took the baby's milk and you went and bought Fortnite. Friggin' video gamers. Friggin' Grand Theft Auto. You know you got to go to work in the morning, you up all night playing video game. Hey, so listen, real talk. Here's a true story. We had an officers meeting in Austin. Officers, so they're on it. What's on Zoom? They do it on whatever they do it on. Anyway, a brother didn't have his mic muted, and in the middle of the meeting, they talking about the Lord's business. Like, I can't F-U-C-K, but he was playing video games in the middle of the meeting. But if you see the brother is big, bulky. But in camp, he is Captain Pudding. But he was so, he was dropping these words in the Lord's meaning. How do you expect your wife to respect you? Oh, let my son, I will beat him, grown or not. Now, he might beat me up. I shoot him in the knee. I'm joking. Ooh. Child, show yourself a man. Job, hold that. Come right back. Go to Job 40. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, right? Secretly, you got a man that you can't respect. I love him. He's my man. But, man, he ain't really about this stuff. He's wish-washy. Babe, did you study today? Which woman got to tell you, encourage you to pick up the Bible? Ooh. Which woman got to encourage you to get up and go to work? I can't imagine my wife waking me up to, hey, baby, your alarm went, you got to go to work. Man, please. That's to me, that's an insult. Hey, babe, it's time for work. It's time for work. Every day she got to take it up. Yeah, damn. What did I say, Job 40:7? Read that.
Job chapter 40, verse 7. Gird up thy loins, now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me.
He says, gird up thy loins like a man, and I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. The Lord said, gird up yourself like a man, because I'm going to demand certain things of you. I just demand that you carry yourself a certain way. I demand that you go out and teach my word. But you can't go teach nobody if you don't live it. You can't guide no woman if you don't take certain small little principles like get a job, hold a job, pay your bills. Now, both of you could come up together on the hard side. I mean, not everybody's going to be rich, but damn, I can respect a man that's poor, but he got some type of integrity about himself. That he get up and get his, I don't care if you work a little 2-bit job, you can work 3 part-time jobs. But ain't no woman, if she leave, you can maintain yourself. Some of you got to be at the courtesy of your wife because you can't work, you won't work. But boy, you know like a little boy, my boy, she called my Lord, my boy. grab you and sit you up on the counter. Come here, give me a kiss. Like a little boy. Oh, you Lord. Go back to church. Sit you. Come here. Yes, go back to Kings 2. I want verse 3.
First Kings chapter 2, verse 3. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
You know what I mean? And to keep the charge of the Lord thy God, be fervent in spirit. Keep it. Don't never let that spark run out. Keep the charge of the Lord thy God. Read on.
To walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So if you keep the laws of God, whatever you put your hand to, you're gonna prosper. Why? Because you kept the charge of the law. Give me one word when it says keep the charge of the law. One word to explain that. Be, discipline. That's one. Give me another one. I can't hear you. Obedient. Give me another word with a D. Diligent. Be diligent. If you are diligent in anything you do concerning the Lord, you're going to prosper. If you're diligent in studying, you're going to learn these precepts. If you're diligent in working, you're going to be able to amass enough that you're prospering to build a household. Be diligent. We read that earlier in Romans. Be fervent. Be not slothful in business. Be diligent in whatever you put your hand to. Next verse, verse 4.
Verse 4. That the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth.
Stop. Look what it says. That the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed. How's that going to happen if your children take heed? To keep the charge of the Lord. You have to be diligent. And then it will affect the next generation of children. You will have sons that's not worthless sons. Again, I'm telling you this, and I'm not trying to be funny, but this is a true story. Before this truth, I knew some Judites that I grew up around. And this is old Southern Judites that lived in New York. Now, we're in high school now, and these dudes is criminals. I'm talking about, we going to school, but they going to school with pistols in their waist. This is a different, this ain't like bubble gum. These niggas is about this stuff. But his mother, and the mother knew this, would not let these dudes is murdered. They would not let these dudes, she would not let them leave to school unless they ate breakfast. But they wasn't going to school. We was going outside and we was rolling up blunts, drinking 40s at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm telling you, these dudes got pistols in their waists. And she's like, Eric, you sit down and you eat breakfast. You cannot leave this house. He goes, yes, mama. And they sat down. I'm like, damn. These guys grew up and they became so, well, he's still in prison. But anyway, that's the point. His other brothers. They could not survive without a woman taking care of them. Both the other brothers, they needed a woman to take care of them. They could not survive. Our job is to be disciplined in commandments that our children see how we conduct ourselves and they mirror that. Or you continue that generation. But ladies, man, which one of you ladies who's single right now and you have the freedom option to choose, that you're going to want to choose a man like that to bring all that baggage and BS in your life? You want him to, don't you ladies want a man to guide you? Single ladies. You want a man to guide you that you can look up to, that you can praise and say, this is my man, he's my leader, he's my this. And you paying the bills and he don't have no respect. I don't know what's wrong. I tell you, I couldn't have been born a woman. Y'all could never run game on me. That would have never worked on me. They got people who got married in the parking lot of Passover. Which one of you women? Yeah, you heard me. How does that work? Which one of you ladies gonna let a dude betroth and consummate in a parking lot at Passover? What man, let me be a woman. I say, yeah, pull it out. Click, take a picture, send right to leadership. You crazy. Where you gonna put that? In this part? Man, how y'all fall for that? Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid as hell. I couldn't have been a woman. You wouldn't run no game on me. Get on FaceTime to do what? What you got on? Everything in my closet right now. That's right. What you want to see? Show me yours first. Click. Here you go. What you got on? Oh, nothing. I just got my pajama. Oh, that's what color is it? Ah, you stupid bird. Bird. What verse we stopped at? Verse 4 again. Let's move on.
Verse 4, that the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel.
He said, listen, if your children will continue and be diligent, that's why he told you to be diligent, so you can teach them that lesson. He says, your child should not fail from sitting on the throne. So try to wrap your mind around that your behavior is going to play out on your children. It's going to play out how their mind frame is. So not only you got to maintain yourself, maintain a wife, you got to help mold that child. Sister, don't you want your child to be the child that one day takes over his father's place and reign on the throne? You want to be the mother to another leader? Then pick who you choose next to you. Pick the man you choose. You better, man, the biggest gamble you're going to make in your life is who you marry. Children are born to you. Who your parents are is who your parents are. But who you choose, men and women, is a calculated risk. And it better be spiritual. So for the life of me, I don't know why you would pull out your thing and put it on FaceTime. I don't make no sense to me. Don't make no sense. You're a dumb bird, and I'm telling you, he ain't shoot. Anyway, men, how do you value the woman if you ask her to pull out her vajayjay on Facebook? You don't value her. She's a slut. And that's how you view her. You see her just for sex. How do you build something honorable out of that? You know your child's supposed to come from between that matrix right there, right? She ain't nothing, she gonna give birth to nothing. Put that little nigga back up in. Joshua 12, Joshua 24. Everybody quiet. I hope y'all ain't doing that now. You says we got enough sense. That dude don't value you to ask you to do that. You don't value yourself. Low self-esteem. Vibration is low. Just be too ashamed to let a man talk to you like that. And you fall for it, silly. Where's again? As for me, my household. Verse 15? Yeah, we'll start with verse 14. 24. Joshua 24?
Yes, sir. Joshua chapter 24, verse 15.
Start with 14.
Verse 14. Now therefore, fear the Lord, and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. Verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Now that's a man that's leading. He said, listen, I'm trying to tell you, you better serve the Heavenly Father. But you know what? You do what you're going to do with your household. But I'm telling you, for my household, they don't have no choice. They're going to serve God. That's how we're supposed to move. Secretly, men, women love that. They love to be put in check. Some women are a little harder to put in check than others. That means you just got to be stronger. You men understand that? You got to break that spirit. They love men of power. And you better be that man. It can't be some next dude she looking at like, oh, this man is the man of power. and you wait. He said, for me and my household, we're going to serve the Lord. They ain't got to worry about what they, my child don't have nothing to say. My wife, we're going to serve God. That's a man of power. You understand that? That's supposed to be you, man. You don't sound like you understand it to me. One man understands it. I don't know. I guess it's just me. Everybody go.
Brothers, you men understand that?
Yeah, it took him to do it. I'm telling you, men sound timid. I'll be honest with you. I'm talking, looking right at you. I'm here. One person answer. You guys sound timid. Sound weak. Just, just if you don't believe it, just say it like so you can convince them that you believe it. Yeah, do it. Do it for the gram. That's what they say.
You men understand that?
Yes, sir. Yeah. You think they believe that, sisters?
Sisters, they believe that? Oh, damn! Damn it, brothers!
That's right. Speak the truth to your neighbor. Damn, brother. You used to be like, damn. So every time I ask something, y'all better sound off and shake this room. I'm telling you, that's going to be a classic right there. Thank you, ladies, for that. That was a classic. Yeah. Damn. Genesis 18. Yeah, I don't know if they really believe that. Yeah. Sister's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Don't sound like 18:19.
Genesis.
No, 18. That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, read verse 17. Start with 17.
Genesis chapter 18, verse 17. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Verse 18. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Verse 19. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord, to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him.
Damn, you know what? I would love to know that the Lord could speak so confidently about me. I know that Kani is going to command his household, his children. Well, you can't get that respect if you listen. It costs to be the boss. You gotta lay down law in your house, but it's hard to lay down law if you're a shiftless Negro. It's hard to put your foot down firmly in your household, knowing that you didn't pay the rent. You can't pay the mortgage. Knowing that she really don't respect you like that. I know. He said, I know that, surely I know that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord. How is that? He's going to enforce them to keep the laws of God. You men understand that? Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm convinced. I'm convinced now. Ladies, you convinced yet? Nah, they're like, I don't know. They only did it one time. Maybe so, kind of, Damn. Say that loud. Say that. Oh, my goodness. You guys are killing me. What you said, Cap?
So them ladies don't sound convinced. It sound like somebody's wife over there paying rent.
I don't know. He gonna keep the way that I tell him to keep. No, don't open that door, please. Because this class is gonna turn. This class take a hard left. This turn to one big. This turn to one big council. Go to 1 Timothy 3. I just want to touch over it. You start digging, so unlocking some stuff right now. We have to go to commercial. 1 Timothy, I want you to read 1 Timothy chapter 3, and I want you to jump to verse 4 and 5.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. One that ruleth well his own house.
1 Timothy 3, verse 1. Now I want you to read verse 1, then I want you to jump to 4 and 5.
Yes, sir. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work.
What is another word for bishop? Okay, a leader, right? That's a leader. You all know that in your house, all you men, I don't care if you're a soldier, you're supposed to be the bishop of your own home. You understand it, right? Okay, so if you desire the office of a bishop as a leader, you desire a good job. Read on.
Verse 4, one that ruleth well his own house.
There you go. You have to be to rule well, not rule poorly. You have to rule well your own house. So if you want to be a leader, I don't understand, man. Not even the world was I ever had a mind of 50-50 with no woman. I've never had that mind. I don't understand that. That never made no sense to me. Because when a problem happened, I got to step up. I got to be the one to deal with it. Ain't like you're going to be out there with me. Maybe if I had a chick named Glorilla, we could be squared up back to back in the club fighting our way out of it. But I don't got that. You looking for me to do it. So damn it, I want the preeminence. And deserve it. The car break down in a snowstorm, I got to get on, jack up the car, not you. Gunman come through the door, I got to be the one to go deal with, not you. Nah, I'm not doing that and then sharing power with you. Nah, I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't doing that. I keep on telling my wife ain't right, she sleep close to the bedroom door. Gunman come, you going to take the first brunt of it. I ain't gonna be the one to take it. I'm going to take it and then you don't listen? Hell no. Nah. I'm going to make more children someplace else. You're going to take that first shot. And if you do right, you can sleep on the other side of the door. I'll take the first shot. So depending on where you sleep in the room is depending on how me and you right now. You see yourself sleeping close to the door, you know I ain't happy. Go sleep on that side of the bed. I've been saying that for years. I'm telling you. Give me this time to escape. So I could tell your story. Yeah, she took it. Y'all laughing, but y'all think I'm joking. Y'all think I'm joking. Verse 4 and 5 again.
Verse 4, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Having his children in subjection with all gravity. Having control and having his kids under control with all seriousness. You know your son coming from school. Hey, Dad. How you doing, son? I'm doing good. Come home next week. Hey, Dad. Now he's 18. Hey, Dad. And you still sitting home? You think he respect you? His whole childhood, you're always home with no job. Dad, do you think I can get $20? I don't got no money. Dad, you think I can get $20? Ask your mama. Go in your mama purse. Give me 22. That ain't funny. That is funny, but that's just a shame. That's a damn shame. Don't tell your mother I asked for it. Ask your mother, can I borrow 20? Don't tell her it's me. You know, as your son got a job, you like, your son, can you lend me some money? Ooh. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. Read on, verse 5.
Verse 5, for if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right. If you cannot rule your own house, have a wife in subjection, have your kids in subjection, you have some type of order, how you going to come on a bigger platform like this and run this? Your wife don't respect you. How you expect everybody else to respect you in here? Hey, no, this dude don't do nothing. And I said, I'm telling you, and that's, now I want to say what you said earlier, Cap. There's some others who've been around for a long time, and some men aren't built for camp. They're old or whatever it might be. But if you've been in this body 10 years and nobody can really put their finger on what you do here, you just floating around, I'm telling you, you don't believe. That's impossible.
And you're a young man. It's not like you're old. You're like a couple years younger than, in your 30s and all of that. Right. You're supposed to be building yourself up in this body to be at least a soldier, at least an officer 10 in 10 years.
Come on. Nah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Then you come up to the table, hey, I want a wife. Nigga, go sit your ass down, man. You ain't built up for the wife.
Get a life.
What about a life?
So with a life. That's impossible. It's impossible. Tell me you ain't an officer or soldier, but you built this school from ground up. You a sister. There got to be some fruits that we can glean to say that this is why you are who you are based on something. Give me something to work with. Who could that? Which sister am I going to go to? And sisters, you all need to ask the right questions. Please, y'all wake up. Please ask the right question. Y'all be taking these men, and these dudes, they don't got nothing to offer you but grief and bad credit. And with baby mamas, problems. Oh, I'm telling you, you young sisters, listen to me. I'm telling you from my perspective as a father, what I would want from my daughter. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a man with children. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. But I would say if you young and you got your stuff together, don't take no man with no children. For what? You didn't make that. You got to take care of them too? Nah, buddy. I'm just what I'm saying. Now, there's certain things in that puzzle that might not fit, and I'm not saying it's wrong to take a man with you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you young and that thing between you is tight and whatever, you going to go take a man with all that stuff back? You crazy. No. I wouldn't tell my daughter to take that. No. He would have to be super in something that I'm like, I had to overshine. Why take on that burden for? Now you got to deal with his baby mom and all that stuff. Come on.
So you instantly a wife and a mother at the same time.
And you didn't even make the baby. You didn't get the joy of sleep for that baby. And now you got to take care of him? Nah, that's like a soap opera, man. All right, where we at? Let's move on from that. 2 Thessalonians 3. So before I read this, I do want to say something. Well, the title's class really was inspired by Bishop Nathaniel, to be honest with you. We were talking. But I got to say this, but I can't fully explain. All I'm saying to you, man, some brothers got some real emotional problems, sisters. And some of these dudes are straight nut jobs. They crazy. I'm telling you, I'm not being funny. They crazy. They need white man therapy. I'm telling you, they need to be on some type of medication because the word of God is not moving them to understand. And I'm telling you something, y'all get attached to them and then have children with them, and you're locked in for life. Even if you separate from him, you got a child with him. I'm telling you, some of these people are crazy and they nasty. You understand what nasty mean, lady? They got nasty, evil concupiscence on them. Evil, demonic. I can't, all I'm telling you, but I pray you all listen to what I'm saying. Take your time. Take your time. Go ahead.
You know what's so heavy, sisters, what Bishop is bringing out? I just so happened to do a search. You know how you could go online and do the search to see who those offenders are in your area? There's over 2,006 alone in my county that are in close proximity. So you got to factor, a lot of these brothers come through these doors.
Oh, yeah.
With these type of backgrounds, and these sisters are so quick, I got to give them everything that God gave me. Meanwhile, this guy he's got a case. He's got cases.
Yep.
And that's what Bishop is going into.
And
they're all around you out here.
And he belongs on a list. I think that's what you mean. Is he belongs on a list. He's either on a list or belongs on a list,
right,
and you don't know it. You want to prove him because he got big feet and a nice skin. Nice skin.
Mm-hmm. His skin is supple. Hey, listen. You understand these doors that people walk into? This is the hospital. They coming to get healed because they sick. Everybody, all of us walk through this door sick. Some of us sicker than others, and some of us is super, super, super sick. You better be careful because once you locked in, nobody want to hear no sob story. This is who you chose. I'm telling you, some stuff I heard, it take a lot to kind of get me to reel back in my chair in this stage of age. And I heard some stuff that, man, my mind couldn't even process. I don't even know. It's too wonderful for me to understand. First Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 3. That's all I can say at this point. Just sister, I mean, if you don't want to listen, do it your way. Let's see how it works out for you.
2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. Now, we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that ye withdraw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly.
Hear the commandment. Read on.
And not after the tradition which he received of us. Verse 7.
And not, we are supposed to withdraw ourselves, our brothers that walk disorderly, and have not received the tradition that you received of us. We got jobs. Ain't no woman maintaining us up here. Ain't no woman maintaining me. So you better listen. Leave them people like that does not follow the traditions that you see, the examples that you see. Read on.
Verse 7. For yourselves know how ye ought to follow us. For we behaved not ourselves disorderly among you.
Read.
Verse 8. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, but brought with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you.
And look what it says. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, but, he's explaining what naught means, but wrought with labor. Ain't nobody feed us just to feed us without us putting forth some type of labor as payment for being fed. You'll understand that, right? To any grown man that another man is feeding you like that, man, you should be ashamed. You're a boy. I'm not saying a brother buying a plate of food and looking out for you, but you can afford your own food. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you need him to feed you. If that's the case, if you need me to feed you, you come right here, sit right here on my lap, and let me instruct you. Because you my son. Imagine that another man got to come open your mouth and feed. That man don't mind feeding me. Oh, Lord, I'll be 90 pounds. Man, come here. What you want to eat? Number three. Number three. Here you go. Hey, yeah, hey. Here, I gotta do this. Hold on. I gotta do this here. Put the camera on Captain Azariah. Hey, look, put on both of us. Wide up. Widen up. Something's wrong with me, man. Widen the screen up for me, please. Hey, listen, Azariah, listen. I need you to run the store. Go grab me something real quick and keep the change. Get the Lord Jesus. Get back my money, damn it. You got a job. Before you try to put that in his pocket. Imagine that. You keep the change. Go run the store for me. You know what? Get yourself something, all right? On the happy menu. Don't on the dollar. Get something. But on the dollar menu. Yeah, get yourself a $1 fry and a $1 burger. That's it. Don't worry about the drink.
Daddy, I could keep change, Dad? Can I keep change?
Nah. Keep the coins. Give me the bills. Some man next man. That's a damage. Oh, gosh. That's an embarrassment. Read on.
Verse 9.
8 again.
Verse 8. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, but brought with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you.
That we will not be chargeable to any of you. Read on.
Verse 9. Not because we have not power, but to make ourselves an example unto you to follow us.
He said, not that we didn't have power to have people feed us, but we did it that we could be an example to you, to show you this is the way you walk yourself with honor as a man. That I'm going to hold my own down. Read on.
Verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
That's simple to understand. That's one of the most pulled scriptures you hear out there. If a man would not work, refuse to work, then that man should not eat. You shouldn't be looking for no food. You shouldn't be living off another man's table. You should be looking for your wife to be your provider. That's unseemly. We had a sister in the body, single. Her mother passed, and she was distraught. And here, remember, ladies, I told you about catching you when you crying? She was distraught. She lost her mother. And he came with kind words, and he talked to her and got up in her pockets, because of my left money, bled out. When the money was tapped out, he was gone. And that happened in this body. Suckered her. And she got caught for the okie doke. Bled out the bank account, spend the money. I think he was playing video games too, if I'm almost correct. Got all the latest, whatever. And when the money was gone, he was gone. What a shame, man. What a shame. And I looked at her, I said, you know me, I'm petty. I told you so. Damn, how much he got? All of that? What you got back in return? Nothing. All you got back in turn was rod? What you got? And then he took that and left with that too? So what you got? Damn. Left you destitute. Now you got to start all over. Yeah, damn. Jack in the box. Jack in a broken box. Let's move on. Read on.
Verse 11. For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies.
There's some of us that walk among, working not at all, but busybodies. And I want to tell you something about these busybodies. Those busybodies, they get caught up in all manner of sin. Too much free time. Too much free time. Hey, real quick, I know this a little, maybe a little challenging for IT. I don't know what it is. Can you go on Google and put up a calculator so everybody can see a calculator on Google? Watch this. Show you shiftless men. Watch this real quick. Everybody can, men and women can learn from this, but this is for, watch this. Okay, I want you to do 24 times 7. Okay, so there's 168 hours in a week, right? And every week there's 168 hours. Let me ask a question. On an average, how many hours do people sleep a night? 5 to 6. Okay, 6 hours. Let's go high. Let's say 8 hours, right? Let's say 8 hours. Okay, 8 times 7 is what, 56? Right? Minus 56. Okay, so they slept 56 hours, right? And nobody sleep no 8 hours regularly. Oh, no. Judah, y'all be, Benjamin, we don't sleep. Judah,
Bring it up, Bishop.
Sleep.
Bring it up,
Y'all love sleep. Just say, hell no, Bishop. I disagree, Bishop. Y'all be curled up in a bed like that, in a fetal position with your thumb in your mouth. Nah. Benjamin, we don't sleep. We don't sleep. Hey, listen. Ain't no rooster ever. I wake up the rooster. We don't wake up. No rooster wake me up. Anyway, I'm just joking with you, Judah. I know I'll be taking shots at y'all too. Okay, say how many hours a week you work? Average job. 40 hours, minus 40 hours. You got 72 hours left. Let's just say, which I know you don't. Let's say you read the Bible 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's 21 hours. If you're reading 3 hours a day, you're Deacon the Thun. You got 51 hours. Let's give you another travel time, another 10 hours off for the day, right? For the week. 10 hours, 2 hours a day. So that's what? 2 hours a day, 14 hours. Forget 15 hours. You still got a day and a half left. A day and a half left for everything else. That's after working. If you's a bum. You's a bum. That's a day and a half left. You come to the school on Sabbath. How many hours you here? Do the Lord. Okay, let's say for the Lord's work on an average week, and this is a lot. Say you put 20 hours for the Lord a week, and maybe I don't put no 20 hours. That's half of your work schedule. Take 20 hours for the Lord. You still got 16 hours left over, and I know you ain't sleeping no 8 hours a day. I know you ain't studying no 3 hours a day, and I know you ain't giving no 20 hours a week to the Lord. What excuse you have? You still got 16 hours left. The reason I did it, because you need to see the visual, and this should be for the men and women about how we order our times aright. I'm talking about you men, because I don't want to hear about nothing about no working, about no stuff. I don't have no time. That's a lie. What else do we do outside of that? Okay, go back. Give yourself 5 hours a week for porn. You still got 11 hours left. I hope you don't. I hope not. Lord forbid. Do you understand the point I'm trying to make? It says some of us walk disorderly. It's not just trifling men. You over there. I can't. I gotta watch what I say in this thing. Let's read on.
Verse 12. Now them that are such we command and exhort by our Lord Jesus Christ, that with...
You know somebody's going to soundbite that, about that. You all know what I meant with the porn part, right? Because listen, $5 for porn. Don't, you know. But you know what I mean. Read it again.
Verse 12. Now them that are such we command and exhort by our Lord Jesus Christ, that with quietness they work and eat their own bread.
And eat whose bread?
Their own bread.
Their own bread. Read.
Verse 13. But ye, brethren, be not weary in well-doing.
Read on.
Verse 14. And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man, and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed.
If you know you got brothers around you right now that ain't handling business with a wife or without, and ain't consistently working or handling their business, I'm not talking about run through hard times. I'm talking about this. Listen, you got to make that man ashamed. Shaming you. You can't be around me like that. I'm telling you now. I don't know. What's wrong with you? You should be ashamed of yourself. I be see dudes on the corner begging, and they be fit and be young. I'm like, you spending 8 hours of begging. Who leads a beggar's life?
Hey, Bishop, can we get that scripture?
Yeah, good.
Hey, look at Sirach 40. Just to go with what Bishop said. I had it waiting. Because a lot of times, a lot of brothers, some sisters too, but we talking about the brothers now. They are able to work. They're capable of working. But they just have a child's mind where they want to stay at home and depend on their women. That's not a life. That's a bum. Some men, a lot of men grow up natural. A natural man that grows up, he thinks that way. Oh, let me get over on the sister. Let me use her. Let me pimp her out. Let me get over on her. I'm gonna use up her stuff. I'm gonna post up, beat the doonies down real good, and post up. She's gonna be giving me her money, her car to use, all that kind of stuff. Right? But that's not a life. Read that.
But before you read it,
yes, sir.
Sidebar, I never understood this. A hoe and a pimp. I never understood that concept.
I never got it.
She go out there and supposedly the pimp's supposed to offer protection, right? So I know what his job is. But here's the point. She would go out there and use her body to make money, and she's taking all the brunt of the abuse to come back and hand all the money over to him for him to give her a couple bucks.
I never got it.
That never made sense to me. That's a broken, and I mean, all of it is evil, don't get me wrong, but it never makes sense to me. What never made sense to me either was men going to strip clubs. I'm going to go take my hard-earned money that I work for, and I got a wife at home to go play to see a woman take off her bra. I keep on saying that. I go home and look at the same two things. They got two at home right there. And I can hand her the dollar bills, and I can take it right back.
That's right.
Why would I pay? I don't understand that men are crazy. And listen, okay.
Make it rain.
So Captain is at the strip club, spending all his good-earned money, and he's at the strip club, and I'm right there with him, and he's paying. Do you know? Right there, she right in front of him, take off her bra. You know, I could see from right here too, and I didn't have to pay nothing. I'm looking. I don't understand. What, does she got 3 titties? Maybe like on Star Trek, you know, something different. I don't get that. That's crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. I ain't paying for that. No. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Did that make sense what I said?
Absolutely.
Pay to see what? Some sweaty bra? I'm not paying for that. No way. Everybody touched that thing and nah, I'm good. And some of you men nasty. Y'all would. Let's move on.
Yeah, I know where you're going, Bishop.
I
know where you're going. Hey, 28.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 40, verse 28.
Hey, look how serious the Lord takes the life of a beggar. Read that.
My son, lead not a beggar's life.
Don't be a begging ass brother. Always got your hand out. Always looking for some kind of funds, some kind of money. You always short. You the one brother that's always short with the brothers. We all go out to eat and you ain't got no money. Everybody got it shipping for you. Go ahead.
For better it is to die than to beg.
Damn. The Lord says it's better for you to just give up the damn ghost. Die. If you got to beg, die before you beg. That's what the Lord is saying. It's not a life. You don't have a life. Read.
The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life.
That's plain English, y'all. It says your life ain't even counted. You're a nobody. It's like you're nothing. If you got to beg, everybody got to provide for you. You're a grown man and you ain't sick. Your body's capable and you're able to do things. There's nothing wrong with you. But you refuse to work and get off the couch. You refuse to put the joystick down. Both of them.
No, come on, go ahead.
Well, let's not slide past that, because this is the same begging brother that somehow, some way knows how to have all the Glenfiddich. He can get all the alcohol. He knows how to make the money for that. But when it's time to pay them bills, I ain't got it.
Baby, you got the bill money this month? Come on, keep reading.
For he polluteth himself with other men's meat.
You pollute yourself. It's like you have no dignity, no pride in your own self. Go ahead.
But a wise man, well nurtured, will beware thereof.
A wise man is going to say, hey, man, I'm not going to depend on this other man. I got to keep my preeminence. I'm not going to let this man pay my bills over here. You understand? Another man, it's like I'm his son now. No, you're supposed to keep the preeminence. Read.
Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless.
See that now, but if you're unrepentant and a natural man, you're going to be like, it's okay to beg. You know what? Hey, bro, I need some help. I need some grocery money. Or I need some gas in my car. Oh, I need this. I need that. Hey, you can help me with my bills? You might as well become his wife.
Damn, his rib.
Yeah, you're his rib. Spiritually his rib. When you speak to that man, put your head wrap on. Might as well. might as well.
You know you do? But like they lay at your garment. Oh, yeah, iron my garment for the Sabbath.
Yeah. You tell another grown man, hey, go iron my garment. I got to go to camp. Iron my garment.
What you mean? You want to eat dinner, right? Go iron this garment right now. Right?
2 creases. Come on. Read it again.
Verse 30. Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless, but in his belly there shall burn a fire.
Yeah, Bishop.
So there was a brother. You know, things was rough on him. He's married with a child. So, you know, he was going through a little, you know, financial things. So he moved in with a brother. Brother had a place. So let him and his wife stay there. And he lost. The reason I go on video game, because he lost a couple of jobs because of playing video games. Now you're living in another man's house. You lost your job because you're home playing video games. But here's the one for you ladies, single ladies. I want you to hear this. He got you living in another man's house, and he cannot hold a job because he's playing video games. But here's the doozy. He gets you pregnant while you're in another man's house. So you know how my mind is. My mind is visual. I'm trying to understand. How do you get romantic? You know, how do you, I don't understand. I couldn't have been a woman. I say, put that shit away. You ain't doing nothing with that, not here. So he can hear? No, this is yours. But it's when you put, nah, buddy, this ain't going to work. And now you pregnant and that ain't going to work, dude. Nah, I'm not doing this in here. Nah, it's yours. I ain't going to get nobody else. But we ain't doing this here. But for him, I would be too ashamed. So that now, you know, months pass. She come out the room. They realize, oh, she's with child. And you know, you've been here for 6 months, and she 3 months pregnant. And I could do math. That means one night when I was here, and guess what? Here's the point. The brother who's helping him out, he ain't married. So you getting sex in my house, and I ain't getting no sex in my own house? And you all right with that? Man, let me tell you, people are crazy. There's no way you're going to make a baby in my house and I ain't getting no sex. Hey, that has never happened in a million years. And how do you sleep? How do you play the man? How do you finish and lay in bed and she lay in your chest like you did the work? Yeah, you didn't do no work. You didn't go to work. Damn. Yo, I don't get it. That just amazing. What you said now,
Hey, Cap? Bishop, I said you get the sister pregnant on a pull-out couch.
Ooh.
Y'all laying on somebody else's couch. and you don't have no shame.
Sirach 7. What I'm saying is real stories. That really happened. That's real. Yeah, 750. Yeah, I no. Couldn't have been me. Nope. I'm like, no, take me to council. Take me to leadership. I'm like, sirs, elders, bishops, deacons, with all due respect, he ain't putting that inside of me in nobody's house. You think we wouldn't understand that? Yo, she won't listen to me. Babe, listen, with all due respect, you can pull all the precepts you want to pull right now. Pull precept because you ain't pulling that out. I'm telling you now. Take me to council. Have them write me up. What you gonna do? Put me out? You don't got a place to put me out. Nigga. You crazy. You bum. Listen, where am I at? 7:15. Read on.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 15. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained.
We read that in Genesis 3. It says, don't hate it, because this is what the condition that we have. We're here to work, and work by the sweat of our brow. That's what it is. We should have kept God's commandments. It says don't hate it. Some people just hate to think I got to go to work. Every time I heard excuses, yo, you found a job yet? Nah, I got up this morning, and I would an excuse tomorrow. You got you know what happened? No, I didn't have because my car wouldn't start.
Or they say nobody's hiring.
Nobody's hiring. Let me tell you something. Really, when you want to work, you can find something. It may not be what you want, but you can find a job. Some people too proud to say, I'm not going to work here. You'd rather beg or live a beggar's life or than go out there and just take a job that you might have to put on that chicken soup. You might just have to put it on if you have to get this money. Especially if you have children. I'm going to tell you, when I was first, first I've always worked. That's the first thing. When I got married, my wife gave birth to my oldest son, Kani. I never forget this. It was like winter of 96 or something like that. And it was bad outside. Everything was shut down. New York was a nor'easter. And I never forget. And I always tell the Kani this story. So it could have been like December, January. So I'm like, I looked outside. The snow was, you couldn't even see the cars. And then I worked all the way in the city. And I forget. Kani was laying there, he was sleeping. He was a newborn. I said, man, I ain't going to work today. I looked at him, and I said, you know what? I said, this guy don't understand none of this, and I know he don't give a damn. All he know he going to want to eat. And at the end of the day, if there's no cash here to pay for it, he going to trip. Like, it's not like, I had to walk to the train station. Every step I took, that snow was above. No, it was like there was already a path, because I leave like 5. I had to make the path. The snow was above my knee. So every step I took, I had to lift my leg up to make it there. And I made it to work, and nobody came and but me. Nobody came to work but me. The manager got stuck, the supervisor got stuck the night before, and I ended up working like a 48-hour shift straight. I was burnt. But here's the point. I know he didn't give a damn. He just know I'm gonna need to eat. So, he was just laying, he's just laying there like, yo, this is what you just gotta do. You took a wife, you got a child, you gotta handle your business. My first thought wasn't to go to work until I touched my pocket. And it was thin. So, all right, well, then it is what it is. And then when I put my foot down, I said, shut your black lips. I could say it. I earned the right. I am the Lord of my house. I am the bishop of my house. I handle my business. You may want to put your foot down, and she put the shoes on your foot that you're trying to put down. down, but put it down gently. You try to put your foot down. Better put it down gently. Don't stop them from this house. First Timothy 5:8. You know, I run my house. No, you don't. She's allowing you to run her house. 1 Timothy 5:8.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, and specially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel.
God said, if you don't provide for your own household, if you are not the provider, man, God said you worse than an unbeliever. I try to understand what's worse than an unbeliever, because I thought an unbeliever is bad. There's something worse than that? He's trying to drive a point home. You ain't sugar, honey, iced tea. I like that one. I never heard that before. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Sugar, honey, iced tea. It says you worse than an unbeliever. You are a reprobate, that you got a family and you don't provide for them. That cannot be named. That's disorderly amongst us. But you sisters, and we're going to get back to this point about identifying what you should look for. There got to be key things you got to see. I gave you one before. If he cashes check at check cashing, something's wrong. If he's taking out payday loans, right, so he ain't ready. If you don't got a bank account, you don't got a bank card, he does everything on Cash App. If he don't have a purpose, a focus, watch this real quick. Bear with me 1 second. Why don't you talk for a while? Somebody talk.
Hey, so how y'all brothers feeling? Good. Y'all offended? No, sir. Oh, okay. All right. Make sure y'all ain't got the sister spirit over here. Sisters, y'all all right? Y'all learning? Okay, because like Bishop said, we do have a lot. I'm not even going to say that. We do have brothers around us that are sick. We have brothers that are really, really sick. Okay, so what he's giving you is good fatherly advice. All right?
Yeah. Send it to somebody over there. 1 Thessalonians 4. I'm trying to help both of y'all, men and women, in the choices you make and how you operate so you can have a happy life. 1 Thessalonians 4, I want verse 1.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 1.
No, you know what? Read verse 11.
Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands, as we commanded you, that ye may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing.
Right. And that you study to be quiet and to do your own business and work with your own hands as we commanded you. We read that earlier in 2 Thessalonians 3. That you work with your own hand. Now watch this. We're going to go back in the chapter, and I want to see if you all can put together this concept. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 1.
Verse 1. Furthermore, then we beseech you, brethren, and exhort you by the Lord Jesus, that as ye have received of us how ye ought to walk and not to please God, so ye would abound more and more.
Listen up. Furthermore, that we beseech you, brethren, and exhort you by the Lord Jesus, that as ye have received of us the instruction they gave him, how you ought to walk. One way you ought to walk is what, men? That's good, simple. You ought to walk, and it says to walk and to please God. So God is pleased when you got a job. You'll understand, this is basic. This ain't deep. Ought to walk. God is pleased when you do the things he say. One, he said, don't hate work. If you hate work, you're not pleasing God. Some people hate to work. They lazy, slothful. That's what it says. Be not slothful in business. Some people's lazy men. You ought to walk to please God, so ye would abound more and more. What's another word for abound more and more? That you may prosper, right? So it go back to working, that you can prosper. So you can build a house with the wife. You know, her put together. She makes some money too. You're building something together. You're building your possession together as a husband and wife. That's a good thing. That when you have babies coming in, you could buy diapers, because diapers are expensive. You could buy milk. You get insurance. You know, you could buy them a winter coat. You don't got to wear a bunch of layered T-shirts. You can actually feed him or her, that you might prosper, that you might abound. Read on.
For ye know what commandments we gave you by the Lord Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication.
Look what it says. For this is the will of God. Look, verse 2. For ye know what commandments we gave you by the Lord Jesus. Meaning what Christ gave them, they instructed the people. Verse 3. For this is the will of God. This is God's will, what he wants. Even your sanctification. Even what makes you holy. This is what makes you holy. That you should abstain from fornication. Now, read verse 11.
Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
So why am I putting those two scriptures together? That you study to be quiet and you do your own business. And in verse 3, it says, for this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye shall abstain from fornication. Help me out understand that. How did I correlate those two scriptures? Remember, when the prophets wrote, it wasn't abstract. There's a theme. Okay, let me help you out, brother, right now, real quick. Oh, let me see it right there. You had your hand up. Go ahead. Benjamin Kani. That's his name? Okay. And that's good. Y'all try to make me y'all try to depress me.
Shalom,
Yeah.
leadership.
Shalom.
Work keeps you busy.
And the point is what?
That work keeps you busy and away from fornication. And
Very
sin.
good. Very good. Very good. You ain't working all day. You're doing nothing. You get caught up. You get caught up. Watch this. Go from that to Sirach 33. Sirach 33. 27.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, verse 27.
Read.
Send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
Right. Get a job that he be not idle. Because you idle, you sit around doing nothing, and now you got your little peckers hard. And because you ain't doing nothing all day, now you're in a manner of all time. You remember I just showed you 168 hours in a week? You got a lot of time. You better occupy that time. Be fervent be not slothful in business, and fervent in the spirit, serving who? So get a job, and outside that, come and serve the Lord. Keep your time occupied. Read on.
Set him to work as it is fit for him. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters.
Right. Set him to work, and if he's not obedient, put more work on him. So you brothers who got jobs, and you get out of your work, and you still got some free time, come here. We got something to do. We got some work for you to do here. You all could peel the gum off the floor, paint this wall again for the 50th time. It don't matter. It's better than that than being home watching Pornhub. You all understand that? Yes, sir. Put more work on him. You know who fall from that? Weak men. It's too much work. Man, you ain't taking no kingdom nothing. It says, hate not laborious work. And for some reason, big brothers, I'm going to get on y'all. It be you big brothers that be real emotionally just I don't know, maybe that's my experience. Don't beat me up, guys. But you guys be the big brothers that be friggin' always complaining. The brothers that be in the gym always working out. So that's why I don't go to the gym, just in case I turn like that. What's wrong with you? Put more work on him. You built for it, right? Yes, sir. Damn weak men. Can't stand that. What they said? What they said?
Somebody said porn again Christians.
Born again Christian. Oh, that was a classic. Born again Christian. That's a good class.
Damn. Yeah, that is a good title.
That's a good class.
Born again Christian.
Somebody text that to me. Born again Christian. That's a good topic. Yeah, what you gonna say, Kat?
Yes, sir. Hey, real quick, Sirach 38:24.
That's a good one. I like that. Born again Christian.
Going right back to what Bishop said pertaining to you brothers that you have a lot of time on your hands. Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Stop right there. That opportunity of leisure. So instead of you taking that opportunity of leisure and playing with your little winky woo, you should be here getting yourself built up. Hey, because it goes right back to what you said. There's a lot of brothers in plain clothing that have been here for a multitude of years. Damn, the brother said tallywhacker.
Winky Woo's the one that threw me off. It sounds small with a little Winky Woo. That's what you take. Little Winky Woo. Put that little thing away, boy.
Oh, man. But it goes right back. Just like even for you brothers that have, some brothers, 15-hour day work, schedules, maybe 20, a half, or whatever it may be. You're not working a full 40. We'll just say that.
Right.
But you're at home, and then that idleness sets in.
Yeah. Yep.
Satan creeps in. Then you find yourself on some type of porn channel or something like that. Going out there paying for prostitutes. We've heard that.
Cap, hold on. It's not that he's home. He's in another man's house.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's got time in another man's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it called what's it called at home? You get your internet and you have a lot of streaming. It's called what? Yeah, like you get a certain amount of months. Bandwidth. Man, you use somebody's bandwidth up in their house watching porn. Oh, man.
Damn.
Why is the computer moving so slow?
Damn. All sorts of porn.
Yeah. What's your thought?
Yeah, let's finish that out real quick, y'all.
And he that hath little business.
And he that hath little business, you got that extra time. No difference than what Bishop was going over. The time in the day. You got extra 36 hours, 40 hours. It says, and he that what? Read that again.
And he that hath little business.
You got time on your hands?
Shall become wise.
You should be applying that in your studies. You should be here building up with the brothers. Camp 101, MOV, so on and so forth.
Right. You saw when we did the time, if you dedicate 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 hours, and you still had a whole lot of gang of time left over. If anybody's studying 3 hours a day, every day, you're going to be thorough in this Bible. You're going to be sharp. 3 hours a day dedicated. I don't care if you split it up. 1 hour in the morning, afternoon, and evening. If you do that every day, 3 times, 7 days a week, you're going to be thorough. Most I give to every man liberty as he want. I could tell we throw away time on foolishness. Let's go back to Thessalonians, verse 3.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3. For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor.
And every one of you should know how to possess your vessel. You know what that means? You know yourself. You know how you are. You know the things you got to do that you got to say, you know what? I know I'm lazy, so I'm going to make it a point that I set my alarm and I'm going to get up early every day because I like to sleep. Some people love to sleep. Real talk. I call it a sleep demon, where they don't want to get up. That I'm going to force myself because this is what my problem is. I know I got a problem with don't like to work. I don't want to work. Well, I'm going to go get a job that's laborious so I can get used to work. I'm telling you something, those of you men who don't like to work like that, When you work, when you really a worker, after a while, and you got responsibilities on you, hours don't even matter. I go to work, I don't even be watching no hours. Hours don't even matter to me. It don't matter. When I come in, it is what it is, because I got to get this money. When you're trying to count your hours, that's when the day goes long, because you just can't wait to get home to Fortnite. I don't know who runs home to that. Now, again, I'm not going to say, because I always get brothers, I'm not saying brothers that play video games, like you play a game here. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about when that's your God, that's your lover. Like like you are in a relationship with the video game opposed your wife. You spend more time with the video. Who? Forget it. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna put myself there. Yeah, don't even. Yeah. Some dudes be spending more time with video games than they spend with their rib. You're in a relationship. You know your husband be cheating on you with PlayStation, right? yeah. The wife says, "Hey, shit, yeah." How many brothers be cheating on your wife with PlayStation? Don't raise your hand, please. Don't embarrass yourself. I'm gonna laugh at. Well, raise your hand if you want to, but I'm gonna laugh at you. Y'all be cheating on your wife.
You think they telling the truth, Bishop?
No, I know they, but they smart. No, I'm telling you, don't raise your hand. But if you raise your hand, I'm gonna laugh at you, and I'm gonna look for your wife, and I'm like, wow, you cheating on your wife with PlayStation. She went to bed. I'm gonna go downstairs real quick in the bed. Yeah, I hear her coming. Turn it off. They laughing because they be doing that. Yep. Gotta read on.
Not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not God.
Read on.
That no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter. Because
whoa. So it was talking about earlier about sanctifying your body from concupiscence. Now it's talking about that a man don't go and defraud his brother. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? What's the subject matter we're talking about right now? So why is it talking about that now in verse 6? That no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter, because the Lord is the avenger of all such, as we also have forewarned you and testified. Somebody help me. No brother understands that? Come on, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Got one brother. Hey, they said you broke the mic. You got a job? Yes, sir. So you can pay for it, right? Yes, sir. So that's all that matters.
Shalom, Bishop.
Send me the check. Now, if you didn't have no job and you was broke, like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't worry. I broke it, but I'll pay for it after the Sabbath. You can do that, right?
Yes, sir.
You're a man then. That's what I'm talking about.
So in context, defaulting your brother would go into you don't have a job, so you're gonna abuse your brother, take things from him, and not be able to pay it back.
You're gonna rob him because you don't work, you bum. You're trying to get over. You're trying to get over. Yeah. If I have it, don't matter. Let the spirit listen. When the spirit is moving, just let it move. I don't, the scriptures don't belong to me.
Hey, look at Sirach 29, because like Bishop just said, you're going to rob your brother. You're going to defraud your brother, right? Now you're a burden to your brother. And most of the time, that's when black people like to humble. That's the only time black people humble themselves a little bit to defraud their brother. Hey, bro, I need some help. Hey, when I get back on my feet, I'm going to pay it back to you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we like to do, right? But watch what the Bible says. Read verse 2. Sirach 29 and 2.
Ecclesiasticus.
No, start 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 29, verse 1.
Read.
He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor.
So you come to me, you in hard times, and I lend you some money. I do some certain things for you because you fell on hard times, right? Read.
And he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments.
Okay, go ahead.
Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need. And pay thou thy neighbor again in due season.
And pay him back in due season. But watch what happens. Go ahead.
Keep thy word.
The scripture says, keep your word. hey, bro, I need help. Can I borrow this? Borrow means you're going to pay it back. That's what that means. In a timely fashion, not on your time. Read.
And deal faithfully with him.
Read.
And thou shalt always find the thing that is necessary for thee.
Okay, that's Israelites right there, right? But watch what happens with black people. Keep reading.
Many, when a thing was lent them, reckon it to be found, and put them to trouble that helped them.
That's black people right there. That's the nigga right there. We put our own people to trouble. That's a natural man. That's what the unrepentant do. You understand? You come humbly, hey, I need help. I'm about to lose I need some extra rent money. I can't pay my rent. You get the money. Now you get back on your feet. Now you get gone. Nobody can find you. You ain't picking up the damn phone. That's black people. That's how niggas act. Wait. Keep reading. Read the next verse.
Till he hath received.
Till he gets that money from you.
He will kiss a man's hand.
He's going to come humble. He's going to put that head wrap on and talk to you. Right? Shalom. Oh, man. Read on.
And for his neighbor's
money.
He will speak submissively.
He's going to speak real nice and calm. Sir, can I please? Right? I promise I'm going to pay. Here's the payment plan. I'm going to, every week I'm going to pay you back little by little. Read.
But when he should repay, he will prolong the time.
That nigga's gone. He out of there. Why you bothering me? Stop calling my phone. I say I'll pay you back when I pay you back. Read.
And return words of grief.
Uh-huh.
And complain of the time.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Hey, Bishop, that same spirit, you have to borrow that money back from that brother. Like you think if I can borrow a couple dollars from you, that's my money. Let me hold that. Or you have to borrow, or you lend something and they don't want to give it back, so you have to borrow it. You have to be cunning to get your own stuff back. You black people.
What you got, Barnabas?
Sirach 18:33. Let's give him that one.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 18, verse 33. Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing.
See that? So some people would do that. Like they borrow from you this week. Tell the brother that I will pay back next week. Borrow from me to pay you back next week. You know what I'm saying? You have some brother with that, it's skillful like that. You know what I'm saying? So the scripture is trying to show you that brothers, you understand? And this is not brothers in the sinful world, this is brothers in the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what the scripture is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
When thou hast nothing in thy purse.
When you have nothing in your purse, you will call. Okay, we're going to call this week. Okay. I'll call.
That's a good point.
I call Captain Ariel this week. You know what I'm saying? Because he have his truck. You know what I'm saying? He do good this week. He work all day this week. You work a lot of hours. All right, so that's what brother will do. All right, so I don't just want to put that in. Finish that down.
For thou shalt lie in wait for thine own life and be talked on.
You see what I'm saying? For real. So these brothers, trust me, they will come on. The secret will come on. You know what I'm saying? For real. Oh, he borrowed from you too? Mm-hmm. Oh, he borrowed from me last week. Oh, how much you owe you last week, Cap? 1,000? Oh, the brother borrowed 1,100 from me. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you get paid? Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Yeah. So
hustling.
And we talk time. For real. Because, we're going to talk about him now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a truck. You know what I'm saying? For real. When they started to check brothers about him, oh, you borrowed from me last week too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you get paid. Borrow from me to pay you back. That's what it is. All right, so. All right.
Hey, but also, brothers, understand, brothers are going to fall on hard times. That's not what we're saying, but there's some brothers that actually go out, Bishop, and sign that application to do this as a business. They get over on hustling each other back and forth. You're supposed to be a repentant brother in this truth, man.
Yep.
And, hey, we're not going to just slide. We ain't just going to say the brothers. Y'all sisters do the same thing, too. Many cases where we hear y'all sisters ain't right.
I do want to say this. I don't want to digress too much from the class, but I do want to say this about borrowing. when you run across hard times, like it's hard to make your bills, and we've all been there, and you want to borrow, you have to borrow with an exit plan, meaning I'm borrowing because I'm running short here, but I have this in place to remedy that. Because if you got to borrow because you don't have money and you can't make your bills, then how are you going to pay me back? Because next month you're in the same situation. So then you have to bring down your monthly expenses so the money you earn regularly can pay for yours, plus you have to have a little left over so you can eventually pay back. So in other words, make it simple. If you got $4,000 a month in bills and you bring home $3,500 a month total, you're in a deficit. So why would I lend you $500 to help you get past this month? Because next month you're in the same situation again. So it's like putting a Band-Aid on a bigger issue. You understand what I'm trying to say? Don't put yourself in that situation. Either get another job to say, now I make $4,200 a month. I have $4,000 a bill, so I have an excess of $200. It's going to take me 2.5 paychecks to pay you back. And if a brother start asking you these questions, you can't get offended. How are you going to pay it back? What do you make? Well, no, don't ask me to borrow. If you ask me to borrow, come here. You my baby now. Yeah, you my baby now. I have the right to ask you. Stick my hand in your pocket and see what you got in there. Pull it out. What you got? Yeah, the bank asks. Don't ask me. You ask me, and then I can't ask you no questions. Nah, that's not how it go. Don't ask me nothing. Let's go back to what we was at again. Thessalonians. I remember how to get to Thessalonians. What time is it? Okay, let's help me run through this stuff. Thessalonians, verse 6. I want you to read a little faster now, 4 and 6.
Yes, sir. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 6. That no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter, because that the Lord is the avenger of all such, as we also have forewarned you and testified. For God hath not called us unto uncleanness, but unto holiness. He, therefore, that despiseth not man, but God, who hath also given unto us his Holy Spirit.
Right there, hold on. That no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter, because that the Lord is the avenger of all such, as we would have forewarned you and testified. Well, you wouldn't get caught up in concupiscence or defrauding, brother, if you just had a job. It says, for God hath not called us unto uncleanness, so being like that, have concupiscence or defrauding your brother, you have uncleanness in you. You have sin in you. But unto holiness. He therefore that despiseth not man, but God. So if you deal like that, you don't despise man if you're in concupiscence, or your brother if you defraud him, but you despise God. Give me that real quick, Proverbs 13:13.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
Right, you despise the word. Get a job. Jump back. That's it on it in Proverbs 13:13?
No, sir, there's more.
Read on.
But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
Right, you're going to prosper. Jump back to Thessalonians 4, verse 8, verse 9.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 9. But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you. For ye yourselves are taught of God to love one another. And indeed, ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
He's saying, well, I do see that in you because you're taught of God, but you have to increase more and more on brotherly law and brotherly love, how to deal with one another. Read on.
And that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands, as we commanded you.
Read on.
That ye may walk honestly toward them that are without.
So the way to walk honestly to them that are without is to maintain a job so you're not caught up in defrauding, in stealing, taking advantage. You're not caught up in evil concupiscence. So when the world see you, they're like, Yeah, these men over here, they handle their business. They out there, all these men in the corner screaming whatever, but they all got jobs. They maintain themselves. They ain't out there being bank robbers. Just recently, there was a surge in IUIC that I've seen. Sisters are bank robbers. I'm saying there's a few sisters that's bank robbers in here. That rob banks. For real though. You don't find that odd? We got sisters that's bank robbers. More than one. Any of you all robbed a bank? I know, I didn't rob no bank. Ladies, you all about that life? Yeah. Baby, you don't got to get a job. I just need you to be a getaway driver. Just keep the car running. I'm going to go outside and get this money so we can stop at Walmart and get you that PlayStation. You know? Drop that. What verse we stopped at?
Verse 12.
Yeah. Verse 12 one more time.
That ye may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing.
If you got a job, 2 Corinthians 8. Eight and 11. Oh, no. 8 and verse 13. No, 8 and... how much of this do I want to read? Start with verse 11.
2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 11. Now therefore perform the doing of it, that as there was a readiness to will, so there may be a performance also out of that which ye have.
Right, mean to give, to help. You know.
For if there be first a willing mind, it is accepted according to that a man hath, and not according to that he hath not.
You got to have a willing mind. You got to be to give according to what you have. So don't be like, I don't got no money. Yes, you do. You be spending money on all of us spend a bad dollar. So give accordingly. Read on.
For I mean not that other men be eased, and ye burdened.
Right. He said, I'm not saying this that you be eased, that other men be eased and you burdened, meaning you take on a lion's share, because you have some brothers that will fall back and watch you spend money and don't care. You got some people who will live with you and take advantage of you and have no care. There's no way you could be staying with somebody and you in that refrigerator. You better ask every time you go to that refrigerator. You didn't put nothing in there. Some men don't have, I'm telling you, some people don't have no shame. I would be so ashamed, man. You would have to tell me, go get something to eat. I wouldn't want to touch nothing. Some people don't have no problem dropping a burden on other brothers and turn their back. Read on.
But by an equality, that now at this time your abundance may be a supply for their want.
So sometimes your abundance can be a supply for somebody else want what they need. Your abundance, where the only way you're going to prosper is if you're keeping God's commandments, and part of that is working. God said you got to work to have extra that you can supply when brothers need. Read on.
That their abundance also may be a supply for your want.
And when you fall short, they hold jobs and they can help you. Read on.
That there may be equality.
That it might be equal. That's the equality. Acts 4. Acts 4. Acts 4:33.
Acts chapter 4, verse 33. And with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Jesus, and great grace was upon them all. Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Why?
For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them.
Well, to be a possessor of land and houses, you had to be making money that you could afford them. And now that they have, nobody lacked because they was able to sell some of the properties they had. They had something. That didn't come, that came from labor. They had extra. They had not, you didn't sell your house, you had houses. You had things that were of value that now when it's time to help build, you can help. Now, in my mind, I'm trying to think as you women. Now, you can respect a man like that. And I'm not saying everybody got to be rich. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to show that men worked, people worked that they had, that is able to provide. It's like, listen, I can afford to get up, let off this land right now, sell it, so we can help over here. If you can do that, then that means you can maintain. If you can sell houses, an extra house, that means you can maintain a wife. Y'all understand it, right? You can maintain children. Read on.
and brought the prices of the things that were sold and laid them down at the apostles' feet. And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
Distribution was made to every man according to as what they needed. They were able to help. Real quick, let's go up. I want to read Psalms 37. Nah, baby, no, daddy don't got a job. Ah, man, don't listen to me. 37:25. This glass is cutting me. My daddy ain't she. Ish. Mama, why did you marry him, Mama? Your fault. Man.
Psalm chapter 37, verse 25.
Mama, why you name me Nissan? Let me stop. Let's go ahead.
Psalm chapter 37, verse 25. I have been young, and now am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Right. He said, I've been old, and I've never seen the righteous forsaken. The Lord's not going to forsake you. He's always going to make a way for you. You know what miracles are? Miracles are opportunities that come in your life. And you take that opportunity and you make something out of it. How many of us have been in situations where we were in dire straits and the Lord opened up doors for us that we can get out of it? But you just got to put a little labor. I know, listen, that's been my life and it's true. As long as I can remember, the Most High always puts opportunities in front of us. And sometimes all it takes is a little work behind it to make these things happen. But you got to be willing. People be missing that mark. Also say, I've never seen the righteous beg bread. Well, you destitute. And if you do fall on hard times, there's a way out of it. By the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Even if it's for a little bit of money. But have some type of self-worth. Bring something to the table. Just don't be no kind of these shiftless men. You don't got no job and you're home all day watching porn. Gosh, I hope my daughter never find no man like that. I would, listen, oh God. Because I won't be a bishop anymore. I'll be right there with y'all. I'll be the black shirt. I hear you. I'll whip his ass. If I can't, he bigger than me, I'm going to tell him, y'all better hold him. So I can help me. Yeah. Jay, the husband beat me up, guy. You better get on. I'm going to shoot him. Help me. Yeah, y'all better help. Don't let that man beat me up. Help the bishop. There. Bum. What I pull? I forgot what I was talking. That made me throw me off. I just was thinking about, I'm like, damn, give me real quick. Well, when you pull that, go back to Sirach 29. You didn't pull the one I thought you was going to pull. Sirach 29. He beat me up because he don't go to work all day. He got all that damn energy. Maybe if he worked like me, he wouldn't have won that fight. 29:20.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 29, verse 20. Help thy neighbor according to thy power, and beware that thou thyself fall not into the same.
Yeah, become a bum. You know.
The chief thing for life is water, and bread, and clothing, and in house to cover shame. Better.
Let's stop. Look what it says the chief things in life for. Main things in life is water, bread, clothing, and a house to cover that shame. Sisters, if this man cannot provide a home for you to put you down, man, don't you want to lay your head down on a bed? Would you like your husband to buy you the pillow that you laying your head down on right there? Hey, okay, you got me. Okay, you did what you want with me. You think I can get something to eat? Hey, babe, you think I can get something to eat? I'm hungry. Oh, Lord, little sisters. Ooh, that would be, if I was a sister, that'd be the biggest turn on. You can't even provide the pillow for me to lay my head down on. You send your wife to go another man's refrigerator to get food out of it. I couldn't be no woman. You would not get nothing from this. If you can't put me in a house and at least feed me, I'm thirsty. Listen, I'm thirsty now. Get some pipe water. Damn, there's a hose in the yard. The chief things in life. Brothers, if you can't provide those simple, basic things, you ain't ready for no wife, man. You can't feed and take care, put clothes on her back. He can take it off, but he can't put it on for you, sisters. Read on.
Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
It's better to have a little bit. And listen, sister, ain't nothing wrong with a brother that's working hard, but he don't got much, but he got some ambition. He got some come up. He got some drive. He got something with him. And you all build together. That's great. That's beautiful. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But a guy that don't have nothing, don't have no aspiration to get nothing, he just look good, he's here, but he really don't do nothing in the body, and y'all give them the time of day, maybe y'all deserve each other. Read on.
Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
Right. Read on.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house. Where's the reproach coming from? Your children and your wife. Yo, dad, man, get a job. Dad, get a job. Hey, my Lord, please, you need to work. You haven't worked in 2 years. Come on, something. We got to stop using an extension cord from our neighbor's house to light the... And then it's only one plug, and you always got your video game plugged in. You bum. It says, verse 24.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
It's a miserable life to go from house to house. Read on.
For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth.
Shut your mouth, Negro. You don't say nothing because I'm maintaining you. You have no, it's a shame to be like that. How can you be like that and say you love your wife? Ephesians, impossible. You can't provide the chief things in life. And you sisters fall for that because he got nice hair. Whatever you consider nice hair. Ephesians 5:28.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
It says what?
So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
You know what the Bible says? So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. Read on.
He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
You prove how you love yourself the way you love your wife. You gotta provide for her. You gotta be willing to take care of her. Your wife is how your wife carries herself and look is indicative of how you are as a man. You got brothers out here with $3,000 sneakers on and their wife is busted. Shame on you, wearing the same old raggedy rundown clothes. Meanwhile, you dressed up, hair done, hair, you got to fade every week you get your hair cut. Meanwhile, your wife look like garbage. Shame on you. It shows the quality of man you are, where you're still a boy. That's a selfish mind. Read.
For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church.
Right. No man ever hated his own flesh, but he nourished it. We know spiritually the nourishes scripture, but I'm talking about feeding in this. No man is, there's no way you're going to feed yourself and you don't feed your wife. But the whole point of it, it's the man that's doing that. There's an old saying, bring home the bacon. There's a man that's doing it. I'm putting the food on the table. I'm the one. And then you got that power. You feel worth, that you got some worth. You feel you got worth. The worst thing to be is a worthless man who got nothing to offer. A hard rod.
Hey, Bishop, you know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
Dead Presidents.
Yes. I
With
remember.
Cuddy.
Cuddy, yeah. Yeah.
And he said, I used to always love to bring home the groceries.
You know part of that always got me? And that, when he put that money out the car like this, he said, I got that for baby girl right there. Another, oh man. Man, that, sunk, man. Listen, give that to baby girl. You know, she needs somebody to take care of her. Oh, can you get that scene, please? That's a deep cut right there. Yeah. You should reach right over and shot that dude right in the face. Luckily, I don't advocate violence, but that's the only thing that right there. Just reach over and say, BAM! Pull off, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna go get a job. Making license plates. So next dude can knock your lining out. Damn. While I'm in prison. Nah, I ain't kill nobody. I'm just talking smack. Oh man, that's a bad scene. Let's move on. Oh, that make me sick. Watch this real quick. We'll wrap up in a second. I will keep on going. They got it? They good, IT. Yeah, this I never forget this. And I don't remember nigga nonsense movies, but this one right here, this was a cut. I would have had to get out the car and go home. Get some video. You guys watch some video, but I do know that one too. We got that. That wasn't the one in the car, but that was. All right, go ahead. Let's play it.
Hey, young blood. Bringing in the groceries, huh? Lord have mercy. Man, I remember when I was married, I used to love to bring home the groceries. Made me feel real good. Like a man. Know what I mean? Hey, listen, young blood, I just dropped by to see Juanita and Sarah, lay a little something on them. And,
Stop by to see my baby. Is that right?
Young blood, I took care of your woman and your baby when you went to war. Now, a man ought to get a little respect or something like that. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I care about Juanita. I care about a whole lot. But you back now, and I'm gone. So from this point on, you should consider me like a friend of the family. You find yourself in a jam and shit, need a little cash, you come see me, I'll front you.
You keep your shit.
Listen, brother, I know about pride, but you got mouths to feed. Now I laid a little cash on Juanita.
Hey, man, stay the fuck away from my family.
What did you say?
You heard me, goddammit. I said stay the fuck away from my family.
See, I ain't the enemy, young blood. I don't want no trouble. See, I tried to be a friend, motherfucker. Surprise, nigga. Big bad Marines. Look at you now.
Let's go to the car. Let's go.
Does she suck?
Speed up.
Fuck you.
Car. Okay, you know how to stop that and go to the car scene? Yeah, I thought it was okay. It's been a while since I've seen it. But anyway. Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, I kind of figured I can put two and two together. Oh, here, this is a damn. That's what I wanted.
Baby girl.
Hey, Cuddy.
Came by to see you a little earlier, but you went home.
Oh, you know, I had class tonight after work, and then I stopped over by my mother.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's Saturday.
Yeah.
I see my little girl sleeping back there, huh?
Yeah. She's all played out. Cuddy, I wanted you to meet,
Hey, look here. Got a little something for Sarah. Buy something real nice.
Well, Cuddy, I told you to stop spoiling her like this.
Somebody's got to do it.
Cuddy, I want you to meet Anthony.
Yeah. Yeah, that scene is that. Oh God. Ooh, ooh. Damn it! He just made me depressed. I didn't. That hurt. No, I'm good. I heard it. That's enough. I seen enough. Proverbs 14. We're gonna wrap it up in a second. Give me a couple more scriptures. We'll wrap it up. Damn. Any man that got any kind of worth, that'd cut. Proverbs 14, verse 1. Watch this real quick.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Right. So when we read this scripture, we always read about a wise woman building a house. I mean, she's a married woman. She's building a house with her husband and the two, what else I forget? Builds a possession. It says, but a foolish woman will pluck it down. But a foolish woman will pluck it down. Right? But watch this. No. Watch this. I want you to jump from there to verse 7.
Verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man.
Sisters, I want you to listen. Every wise woman will build a house, right? But a foolish plucketh it down with her hands. Verse 7.
Go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge.
It says, go from him that is a foolish man. So a wise woman will build a house. But a wise woman will go from a foolish man when she perceives what?
When thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge.
So it tells you, I'm talking about a woman now, when you hear a man talking and you have sense, you perceive in his mouth is not knowledge, you will go from the presence of a man like that. Sisters, do you understand that? No, you don't. I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to give you a life example. So here we go. Hey, shalom, sister. Hey, shalom, brother. You know, I was interested in you and I would like to get to know you. Oh, yeah? All right. Well, did you speak to leadership? Yes, they know. And I want to talk to you. They said it's all right for us to conversate. Oh, they did. Hold on one second. Captain Ramazai, did you know brother so-and-so want to speak to me? Yeah, I told him I was right. Okay, good. So what do you want to talk about? Well, what do you do for work? Okay, what jobs do you have in the congregation? Well, I'm part of the IT team. I'm part of that team, whatever. What do I do? Well, I'm part of this team and that team. Oh, that's good. That's great. You know, where do you work? Well, I work at so-and-so. How long you been with them? I've been with them for 15 years. Oh, you have? Oh, that's great. Where do you live? I live right not too far from here. What do you do? Okay, good. Okay. Your mom, dad, you know, what's going on with your family? You know, well, you know, I grew up in an abusive household. Oh, you did? Oh, what kind of abuse? Well, you know what, sister? I mean, brother, from what you told me, that sounded good and all that stuff, but I got to fall back. Because maybe the abuse of some stuff, you know what I'm about to say, is just too far gone for you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because this conversation turns into like, oh, I was abused, and you start hearing stuff in this conversation that don't sound right. And not everybody who's abused mean they're bad. That's not what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying to you, that people will begin to tell you who they are. You all fall from it. His conversation, okay, sister, so what do you have on? How did we get there? I thought we was talking about Proverbs. What do you like sexually? Oh, he must think I'm stupid. Go from him because you're trying to build a house. And guess what? But a foolish woman, she will make all the wrong choices and it will get plucked down. Now you found that this dude, he grew up sleeping with his sister. You know what? He likes little kids. And now he's your baby daddy. Stuck out of luck. It says go from the presence. But you know what? You sisters are smart, right? Ooh, brothers, do they seem like they're smart? Sisters, you smart, right? You know why you smart for? Verse 15.
Verse 15. The simple believeth every word.
But you ain't simple, so you're not going to believe every word, right? Because I'm telling us men, we're going to say the things that's going to get you. We're going to say all the right things. We're not going to say the things that's going to run you away. But if you dig deep enough and you talk long enough, everybody's going to utter their heart from their mouth. They're going to tell you. You got to listen to the subtleties when they speak. Week 1, week 2, week 3, you talking. Next you know, let me tell you, with men and just people. You know when we try to court, where does all roads lead to with us? Damn, you see, brothers, how they know that real quick? They just told you where it lead to. Lead to what? Is there any places leading else to? You understand that? Listen, I want you to look at the men. Look over at the side of the room. Where does it lead to? Is there anything else we really want? Okay, so now how do you get caught? Oh, I thought he was nice. No. Not that he don't, but that's where it goes to. So now the conversation goes from, hey, yeah, I'm from the tribe of Judah, I'm from the tribe of Benjamin, this, then it's like, oh, so, you know, it's 11 o'clock at night, he's calling you. And you're talking for 3 hours. How many scriptures you think you're going to read for 3 hours? Haven't any of you seen the conversation shift? The tone of the voice change? The wording is different? I'm getting tired now. Whole octave change? You're not tired yet? Yeah, I'm just going to falsely put you on the phone. Just talk. But guess what? Verse 15?
The simple believeth every word.
But a simple woman would believe every word he said. You know I love you. Negro, you just met me 3 months ago. You don't love me. You love what I have between my knees. That's all it is. How did you grow to love me in 3 months, you weirdo? You see her once a week. You see her once a week, a month, and he tell you love you. Somebody be, baby, dudes be busting out of shoes and socks telling sisters, I love you. If I was you, I would run, click, change the number. I love you. And then these dumb birds falling for it. I love you too. Oh, God, girl, just spin over the car, please. It'll be a 1982 Dodge Dart. We're going to consummate this in the parking lot at Passover. Read that verse again, verse 15.
The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going.
But the what?
But the prudent man looketh well to his going.
But the prudent man or woman, she going to look well to her goings. No, I'm not going down that road. You're not going to get me caught up like that. You're not going to make me dishonor myself. You know, I want a wedding, and I want everybody to rejoice in my... why would you do that to me? Why would you talk to me like that? Why would you try to do that to me? Oh, you don't care about me. Nah, man. Y'all be falling for that. Damn, brothers, what y'all want? I'm telling you, that's what we want. Now, mind you now, it's supposed to be godly sex. But not if we ask you to turn on FaceTime and put the camera between your legs. That's not what God is talking about, ladies. Y'all understand that? Damn, or you be stupid and get played. And stupid women that follow. Niggas ain't, and you dummies, but not y'all. Y'all smart. Y'all ain't gonna get caught like that, right? Ooh. Very quiet. I know, we didn't get the reverse 8. Yeah.
Verse 18.
Yeah. Read 18.
The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge.
Right, but it says the simple would inherit folly because you dumb and you believe all those words he's saying to you. You believe, you inherit folly. Now you're in a messed up marriage. You got a messed up marriage, a messed up life, little bad children from a husband that you don't care about, and he don't care about you, and your kids see that, and they go up to be bad kids in bad marriages, and we stay here in Riverdale for the next 2,000 years because we couldn't get right with God because you know how to pick a man. Thanks. Appreciate you, ladies. Brothers, thank you for screwing it up for us. Or you could just do it honorably and be right. Move right. Brothers, get a job, and then when you put your foot down, you can put it fully down. But you're going to do it godly. You ain't going to be no abusive men. And sisters, don't follow no dummy. Y'all understand that? Somebody's going. One of you brothers going to pull out your ding-a-ling and take a picture of you and post it on to her in a what's it called? You something in a text message. Hope not Telegram. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm telling you, somebody's gonna do it. They're not gonna believe. What you gonna say, Cap? You gonna say something? Go. All right, this is how you're gonna get caught. Exodus 22:17. We're gonna wrap it up in these 3 scriptures, right? Exodus 22:17.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 17. If her father utterly refused to give her unto
entice
him.
a maid. What's that? 16, 22, 18? 16. I'm sorry, I'm not looking. That's why.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed.
You know what that entice mean? You believe every simple word. If a man talk to a woman and entice her to do something that's not honorable. Read on.
And lie with her.
And he lied with her. He was able to talk you out of your underwears. He was able to say words to confuse you, and your simple behind believed him. What? Read on.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
He's surely supposed to take her for his wife, but is that the way it was supposed to go down? No. He enticed you because he's going to say things that like you, but he's not going to ask you to do something that's out of character. Unless you're just a slut and that is your character, then it just is what it is. We got sisters, my words, using bodily secretions to wet their lips on FaceTime. Brothers asking them, and they're doing stuff like that. Damn. Yo, are you mad? Lord, nah. Lips were chapped, and that's what they did. Make a way. Say, oh. No good. 34. Genesis 34, 1 and 2.
Genesis chapter 34, verse 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
What do you see wrong with that? From the top, what do you see wrong with that?
Where the hands at, y'all? One brother? Nobody else knows what's wrong with that.
Wow. You guys read the Bible?
Right there. Yeah.
Shalom, leadership. It says she went out by herself alone.
Okay. And what was the problem with that?
She should have been home under the guide of her father. She didn't listen to her father.
Very good. Very good. Hey, sisters, this free living, single, sex in the city lifestyle, that shouldn't be the case. She went out there, and this dude enticed her and got up in it and defiled her. She should have been kept. Give me that real quick. Hast thou daughters? Give me that real quick. Sirach 7. This is Sirach 7, right? Sirach 7. Hast thou daughters? Verse 24.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and shew not thyself cheerful toward them.
It says if you have daughters, have a care of their body. Keep them in straightly. There's supposed to be checks and balances. Dinah should have never been able to go out in the world and just go. Because there's some dude that was able to talk her out of her virginity and defiled her. Hey, sisters, I'm going to help you out again. I'm going to tell you about men. Their conversation, all roads lead to the same thing. How many times have I said that over the years? It always leads back to this. I don't care how, if they come in righteously, it leads back to the same thing. If they come in unrighteously, it's all leading to the same thing. Do you sisters understand that? I'm talking single sisters. Do you understand that? Then how the hell do you get caught? If you know that, how do you get caught? Damn, you dumb. Damn. I'm saying that because this week, some stuff I read, it boggles my imagination. And I'm saying, damn, I feel for this sister. Damn, I feel for that child. Damn, because that nigga ain't, that garbage. Stuck. Read.
Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
Because then you're going to perform a weighty matter when you marry your daughter.
But give her to a man of understanding.
But you have to give her over to a man of understanding, that he can guide her, that man is going to be a provider. If he has understanding, he understands his responsibilities, that you know what, he can take care of her. The last thing you want to do is give your daughter to a man that's a bum. I'm just thinking for myself, I cannot stomach thinking that I gave my daughter to a man that don't have no stand like that. Damn, I think would drive me, I would have an aneurysm. I would bad me, my mouth, I'll bad mouth. I said, your husband's a bum. And I said, it ain't shit. Tell him, your daddy, you know your daddy's a bum. Tell my little grandson, come here, son, come here. You know your daddy ain't no good. Your mother's stupid, right? I'll take up a joke. Your mother's stupid. Look at your father. Look at him. He ain't doing nothing. Don't bring him. I said, don't bring him around then, because I'm gonna tell him. Your daddy play video games. Oh, he's a bum. He ain't like me. He ain't like your grandfather. You better hang out with me. You hang with him, you're gonna be just like him. Bum. You're a bum. Boy can't even talk. I'm gonna tell him from he's young. I gotta Google your daddy's a bum. Your mama's stupid. 2 o'clock in the morning playing Madden. Don't even pick up the Bible. 2 Timothy 3, well, let's wrap it up. Someone, 2 Timothy 3, silly women. Three and 2.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Yeah, men are going to be lovers of their own self. They're in it for what they want, whatever they want out of it. A lot of brothers be using this Bible as they weaponize the Bible to oppress the woman, but they ain't moving right. I'm telling you, brothers they don't be going through scripture to their wife no other time other than when they're trying to correct them in the Bible and use the Bible as a weapon. Then instructing them. Have a plan. These men are lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Jump on down to verse 6.
Verse 6. For of this sort...
Of which sort? Verse 5.
Verse 5, having a form of godliness.
Stop. That's of which sort? Having the form of godliness. Jump on down to verse 6.
For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women.
And this sort, they look the part, they got the fringes, their bed is on, but because you too stupid to be able to identify what a good man is, that he's not slothful in business, he's fervent in the Lord's business. Hey, just sit here and watch. If the dude don't have a consistent job and he in here doing the work, he does not deserve your time. If you give him your ear long enough, eventually you're going to give him your underwear. All we need you to do is listen, and we'll talk you up out of it. We're going to find the things to say, and don't start crying or laughing. Lord, you're making it too easy. You so funny. Come here, girl. Okay. Okay, dummy. Read.
And lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts.
Right. They find the dumb sisters to fall from it, and you follow laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts.
Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
You and your third baby daddy, girl. You still didn't figure stuff out yet? You had 3 baby daddies in the world. Oh, what's the name? Who said it before? It was Deacon Malachi, Elder Malachi, and them said, it cracked it. He said, he said, these sisters out here got so much baggage, they like that. You know that little dollar store, little bin in front with little shoes with a little string in it? It don't Bobo, it don't matter if it rain or whatever. You can still, some of you sisters, that's exactly what you are. You just look, whatever. You're still getting caught up. Ever learning. After all these classes come out, if any of you get caught up in this room right here, man, because brother, what y'all looking for? Watch this. I want you to jump on down to verse. Let's finish it here. Verse 14.
Verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned.
Listen, continue things you just heard, which you learned,
and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
And be assured of it, because we've been pulling precepts for the last, 2.5 hours? Read on.
And that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures.
And you being raised up right now as young ladies, young men, you are being raised up learning the Holy Scriptures,
which are able to make thee wise unto salvation.
So here, these scriptures are make you wise. Men, you have to have a what? And sisters, you better prove that that man is what? Nobody. Single sisters. Give me some script. Give me a verse. Quote something that I read earlier. That you should be looking that he's what? Discipline is one. Give me one. That's okay. Give me something that we read. He has to what? He has to work. Y'all scare me over there. Y'all scare me. He has to work in his business and in what? And in the Lord's business. Ooh. Come on, ladies. You all knew the answer, right? Hey, brothers, there's some victims over there. I'm telling you right now. This edification went right over their head. Online, Mayday. Some of you sisters, you understand that, right? Somebody tell me you understand. Because you brothers, what you all want? Sisters, what you all want? Don't say sex, because I'm just going to tell you. If you want to say it, but I'm just going to tell you, you're going to look bad. What you all want? You say loud. They said they want a bishop. Oh, that's right. All right. That's right. How many men over here single? Single men. Okay, put your hand down. How many single men got a job? All right. Put it down. How many single men got a place? Oh, shoot. How many single men want sex? Yeah. Nope. You saw single men, put your hand back down. Go home. All right. That's it. I'm finished, man. I'm finished. I pray y'all got some edification. Niggas ain't and simple women that follow. Listen, hold up real quick. We give all praise to the Most High. As always, Bishop Nathaniel said, spar, study, pray, apply. Keep these commandments. Endure. The kingdom of heaven is yours, as always, if we apply what we learn. All right?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.